Stayed all night, a poem by your permanently kerfluffled host, Moira Legier. I got drunk and stayed all night in burnt-out toilet cubicles. Old-school guillotine madness, a dream from footprints in snow, a trail of blood and cum. Carry on, my wayward son. Transcending life and death with a drunkard's hypnotic gaze, I exhumed God, feeble-minded, from rolls of toilet paper on cold stone-tiled floors. An imminent explosion, pulse beat at the tip of the heart, pounding nails into my jackhammer migraine, transcending life and death to sway far away, saint-like. Clouds floated overhead, head over heels, posthumous humor between walls lined with graffiti pointing at the road toward intentions, paved with good hell. Crude drawings and sketches of cocks and cunts and words alluding to fornication within this holy cubicle, within this inner sanctum, within this temple to the body. After a while, cloven in twain with my particles rising towards space, incandescent, diamond-like and scattered alongside my marbles, I fell to my knees at the feet of my porcelain altar. Lying coiled at the feet of God, drawn wishy-washy towards enlightenment, cold as hell huddle under my cheap trenchcoat stained with vomit and with booze and rot. Existence exited right of center with high-strung nervous tension and frost-caked in the corners of closed eyelids, blinking REM-like, aiming at immediate psychosis. Voices cried no, elaborating drunkenly on fingertips, elusive in this foul raven's night, cold as the babble found in throats closed by anxiety, where God descended his beggar's throne, asking for handouts and receiving analog telephone receivers to comprehend only silence on the other line. Heavy pressure on chest, huffing, puffing, heaving for air, forcing breath into lungs to be met only with hyperactive neural interface madness, click-clacking on the receiving end of telephones spattered with gold, alone and descending into madness particular to God, his voice whispering in my elusive ear, transcend. Then transcending what exactly? Collapse of air and breath and lungs, prolapsed backstroke and neck, stinging burning sensations of pain and fatigue extreme and fatigue extremities. Then turn your head and wobble, then turn your eyes inwards, gaze at pits of madness, vicious despair, cold and clinically insane. Then transcend transcendence, become a noose, a laughter golden, become a silence, metaphysical, then freaking out. Running wildly over the hills, wild horses roaring with laughter, sacrosanct, taboo, fetishistic, seeking truth in nonsense. Words spat at murals hanging, drugged from streams of light, crawling naked towards mountains of madness, covered in piss and shit and dust and stone. Airy mechanical prophet words, immediate, cleaner than impatience in the face of God and in the face of society and its snake coiled in the back of my throat, forcing vomit out in screams of frustration and roars of rage. Then meet only silence, hands that claw at heartstrings. Silence more profound than words of wisdom gathered in stoned drum circles, or in dilapidated concrete blocks where peeking children gaze at death through folded curtains padded with razor wire. 7 layers of madness, tragedy ensues, suicidal seeker dream, drug-born, ravenous and weird, pecking at the eyes of reason when shivering, scatterbrained, huddle in a corner of sacred and permanent building blocks of bygone society, resting at the feet of psychiatry, showing no mercy to the likes of scatter-marbled me, seeking drunk tiger dreams and strength in adversity. A sweat drips to the floor and find me crawling at the door, beckoning for a reckoning and begging for alms to grace the ever-present present of the past with calm, relaxed, I don't give a fuck anymore sentiments. We exit. Stone hands stitched at our sides. We exit. Stage door open left and right. Gone from center and balance lost. We exit. God and me and vibrations stranger than her whispered voice in meditations lost to eyes and shaking voice. We exit. And now for something completely different. A channel update. Lately videos have been coming out on Sundays only. This is due to several reasons, the most pressing being a decline in my health since late January or early February, causing me to have to take it a bit easy in the writing and drawing department. Health is important, and when the body and mind both tell me to take it easy, it is best to take it easy and slow down a bit. A secondary reason is that I have been working on compiling a book. Nothing more exciting than a collection of my blog posts and some poetry thrown in for good measure, I'm afraid. Most of the content in the book is, of course, available on my blog and on YouTube for free. The book is to be self-published as opposed to real published through Amazon. Currently the title is Howling at the Slutwalk Moon, with the subtitle of Contrarian Rambles in the Age of Conformity. I aim to get it out within 3 months from now, but timing something like this is always difficult. June or July is what I'm aiming for, then we will see what happens. Thirdly, I have been working on writing a book detailing my very bad experiences with psychiatric care and medication, and the incredibly horrible experience of quitting a cocktail of psychopharmaceuticals, and the lack of care experienced during and after this ordeal, from every facet of society. Experiences which contributed greatly to my red pilling and led me towards the path I am currently on in regards to art, writing, life and madness in general. I aim to publish it first as a book, then publish 1 chapter every month on my blog and on my YouTube channel. Fourthly, I am working on a longish prose poem on the importance of meditation and introspection, the good old know thyself. Fifth and final, my latest ramblings have taken quite a lot of time to research and to write, and have often left me completely drained emotionally as well as physiologically. A chronic condition of pain and fatigue makes for difficult bedfellows, and when the subjects I am writing on is as difficult as they are, well, it tends to exacerbate things. Some things are more important than myself though, and this battle we are flung into by the eternally offended shit-flingers and cry-bullies is a battle important to fight. All of the above takes time and energy, and, of course, consuming and then trying to present topics such as these do tend to make me experience more than a hint of despair, which adds a layer of hopelessness to my writings and general state of being which I would rather not have there. I find the overall state of things such as they are to be important to comment on, however little my voice matters in the grand scheme of things, and so the show must go on. I ain't quitting now, after having kept my mouth shut and been silently subdued for many years out of sheer cowardice. I do believe that the despair will lessen with time. Hope is vital, and giving up hope is not an option. I have also been considering setting up a Patreon account or something like that, as well as a paypal.me thingamajig. I would much rather earn money by selling my art, either as prints or as originals, as well as my writings in the shape of books, so I'm not sure about going through with it. Should I set up a Patreon, or similar, account, nothing I do will ever be behind a paywall. I am at the very least sure about that. We'll see what happens. Might just be that I am slightly out of touch with how one goes about selling art and writings, or rambles as I much prefer to name them. Chalk that up to me seeing more value in a physical item as opposed to a digital item, I suppose. Something one can hold in one's hands is, to me, of far more worth and value than ones and zeros ever will be. Might make a Redbubble store or something to that effect. Time will show. Other than that, it's all about making the channel and the blog grow, spreading the message and so and such, as all those who inhabit the internet in such a way wish to do. Being highly introverted by nature, I suppose I'm not particularly good at self-promotion. That is just the nature of the beast. Slow and steady wins the race, I believe. A tree does not grow to maturity overnight, nor does a rambling YouTube channel or blog lurking about in the shadows of the manosphere. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this ramble as well as my other ramblings. Please consider sharing, liking, subscribing and all that jazz. That would help the message, such as it is, be manspread far and wide. Take a look at the links down below as well, if you please. Catch you next time.